Yo, yo, what's up, everybody? Episode 5 of the NY Yankee Dad podcast. First episode here in the new year, so happy 2025 to everyone out there, happy and healthy. And today we're going to talk about a few things, a few dates. We have the arbitration date of where the figures are exchanged. So salary arbitration figures are exchanged. That's on Thursday, January 9th. Also happens to be my dad's birthday, so happy birthday to Papa on the 9th. But salary figures will be exchanged. Yankees do have a few players who are arbitration eligible. Jazz Chisholm, newly acquired Devin Williams, Clark Schmidt, Mark Leiter Jr., and Scott Efros. Trent Grisham and JT Brubaker already avoided arbitration, so they'll be back. And there has been some rumors thrown around, but before we get away from the arbitration, I think the Yankees usually usually avoid arbitration with most of their players. The guys that could be, that we mentioned: Jazz, Clark, Devin Williams, Mark Leiter Jr., and Scott Efros. I could see all those guys, they could avoid arbitration, or, maybe they won't, but I could see them, avoiding arbitration with all those guys. Once the figures are exchanged, we will see, everyone knows, the Yankees do have to shed some salary here. So Marcus Stroman is the name on the rumor mill, and pretty much, if you do follow, I go on Fangraphs and Spotrac, but Fangraphs from time to time, and you can see all the different contracts and the team payroll and Marcus Stroman. There's two guys there that you see that could be movable pieces in order for the Yankees to be able to add now, or even in season, during the season, but at the trade deadline. But Marcus Stroman is due $18 million, as we've talked about, in previous episodes, and on some of my videos. But Marcus Stroman is set, to be owed 18 million next year, and also DJ LeMayu, 15 million next year. But Marcus Stroman is actively, according to Bob Nightingale, this morning. It's Tuesday night here around a little bit after 10 p.m. on the 7th. So Bob Nightingale this morning, you saw the update that Marcus Stroman is actively being shopped by the Yankees, and it's pretty much they're looking to move that salary there, just so they're able, to have some movable pieces. They are going to be in the mix. They are in the mix for Roki Sasaki, and we'll get into that a little later. But Marcus Stroman, we'll see who he'll be going. Could it happen before Thursday? Maybe that's the plan, to get some wiggle room under that Steve Cohen luxury tax, that $301 million luxury tax. So we'll see what happens on the Marcus Stroman front. I can see him being moved. Pretty much not. And it could not going to be that it could be any day now, but he could be one of the next pieces to fall. And with that report from Bob Nightingale, it also said that the Yankees have had talks with left-handed veteran Andrew Chafin, and his filthy slider, Andrew Chafin, who the ground ball rates similar type of pitcher to Max Fried. And that's why you want to get, solidify that defense, get more athletic. But Andrew Chafin, the reliever, he big ground ball type pitcher, high strikeout rate type pitcher, similar, put away pitcher, similar to like Mark Leiter, but from the left side. And like we said, a lot of ground balls, veteran, up and down, throughout his career. Um, could be one of those reclamation projects for Matt Blake, that we've seen come in. Um, so we'll see. Not that the Yankees made any move, but there has been talks with Andrew Chafin, and that's been a rumor now. Andrew Chafin, Tim Hill, two lefties that the Yankees have been linked to. As of right now, there's no left-handed reliever on the 40-man roster. We have talked about that, but Andrew Chafin would be a nice piece, to add. Also infielder from the Colorado, formerly the Colorado Rockies, Brendan Rodgers. He was a top prospect, not too long ago. Similar to Gavin Lux in the sense, if you want to say, I don't want to say failed prospect, but hasn't really bloomed into what he should have, according to plan of originally when he was drafted. But he was a highly touted prospect for the Colorado Rockies, and he was non-tendered. So here he is as a free agent, and the Yankees seem to have interest in Brendan Rodgers. He right-handed hitter, lethal against lefties. He was a 298 hitter against left-handers last year. One, athletic, good fielding second baseman. He had that top prospect pedigree. Yankees usually, tend to lean towards players like that, who, haven't really tapped their full potential. So it's one of those moves. They bring him in. It could be, league minimum, little more than league minimum. Not that high price tag, so sometimes it's easier to cut ties with a player like that. But Brendan Rodgers could be one of those guys now. If they told us that Brendan Rodgers was going to replace, Gleyber Torres, me personally, and probably a couple other fans out there, wouldn't be happy about that, because that's a little bit of a downgrade. But no, Brendan, like we said, Brendan Rodgers is a nice player, but to come in here to be the starter, I don't think so. More of a bench piece with, which if you do put Oswaldo at third base like we suggested, and like we've been suggesting for a while now, even from, in season before they traded for Jazz. But Jazz is going to be wonderful. But really want to see Oswaldo rock. Really let Oswaldo get a chance to play third base, and Brendan Rodgers can play second, a little bit of second, a little bit of third, infielder. Probably could even play some shortstop in a pinch. Just one of those guys. If Oswaldo is at third, you're going to need someone to plug in to be that super utility guy. And Rogers could play that role. And like we said, he matches lefties, something that the Yankees struggled with mightily last year. Couldn't really hit lefties at all. Probably part of the reason why Paul Goldschmidt was brought in here. Probably, a lot of the reason why Paul Goldschmidt was brought in here. But Andrew Chafin, Brendan Rodgers, and also in that Nightingale report from earlier today. Well, not the Nightingale report. I saw it on New York Post shared that they have been having talks with switch hitting veteran middle infielder Jorge Polanco. He was, recently with the Seattle Mariners, formerly of the Minnesota Twins. One of those players. He had his injury problems last year. And at one time was a very, very solid player. Not towards the back end, but injuries and struggles. And one of those guys, like we said here now, similar to Brendan Rodgers. Me personally, I would be cool with Polanco coming in as a bench piece, but not the starter. But Polanco is a nice player. These are, guys kind of filling out the roster here. But if you had to pick one of the three that I've just mentioned, Andrew Chafin would be one. Now we haven't really seen what the money figures of, what he'd be looking for around there. I would have to guess it would be around the $4 to $6 million range for a 1 year deal for a lefty like Andrew Chafin's ilk. And even a player like Rogers and Polanco, there's could be a realistic chance where all three of these guys are brought in at some point, because you need to fill out a roster. And three solid players that could fill positions of need. But all in all, we would like to. I'll just say it again. We'd like to see Oswaldo play third base this year. Just come out and say it. Let Oswaldo get ready mentally and give him that confidence that he is the guy, and they'll give all that faith and let him get ready to go. But and other rumors we saw were Luis Ariz, the batting champ. the batting champ, the hit king from the San Diego Padres. Now he's 29 years old. 29 years old, 28 years old, 28 years old, going into into the season. Won three batting titles already. In the American League and the National League. He was formerly the Twins, and he was in that Pablo Lopez deal with Miami, and then Miami dealt him over to San Diego, and all he does is hit. All he really does, hit. Back in his days with Minnesota, I remember, the Yankees playing Minnesota. This was a few years back. Um, they were talking about how he was training with Rod Carew, and once you hear that, it kind of explains. You can kind of see what Luis Arraez's game is all about. Very similar to Rod Carew, just contact and a lot of contact. Now, the only problem, a couple problems with Luis Arraez. Now, it might have came across that I'm not really, I don't think too much of Luis Arraez. And if you saw my video that I released there, when the trade rumors came out, but no, don't get me wrong, Luis Arraez is a wonderful, wonderful player. The that bat put him at the top of the lineup, instant upgrade from anything from what we had from the standpoint of the hit tool. Now, they talk about getting better defensively, more athletic. Luis Arraez doesn't do that. Really, really no power, but not a lot of pop. So he's not gonna even give you close to double-digit home runs. Maybe Yankee Stadium, but single-digit homers. But he does do one thing that the Yankees have struggled mightily for long time, and a really long time, is hitting with runners in scoring position. Now, Luis Arraez is very good at that. Not a great fielder now. Maybe in the past, he used to be, but not now. He's more of first baseman, DH type, and the Yankees as of right now, in my opinion, don't really need that first baseman DH type. Now, you want to put him over at second. And guys, girls, everybody, you think Glaber was bad in the field last year? I know Glaber led the American League with in errors last year, but you think Glaber was bad defensively at second base? Put Luis Arraez at the Keystone, it would be a nightmare. And just it would be a nightmare for everyday use of him at second base. It wouldn't be good. Wouldn't be good. But with that bat added to this lineup, which there is still a few questions that need to be answered. The Yankees lost their leadoff hitter, they lost their number two hitter. They're going to plug that in with what they have now. Could be Jazz, could be Cody Bellinger. A lot of talk of Aaron Judge batting second, and all of a sudden, I just wish it would have happened last year, but that's a different story. But Judge is going to be batting second. So who's batting leadoff? The Luis Arraez rumors, there was Jeff Passan. Jeff Passan made it sound like the discussions. There had been discussions with the Yankees and the Padres, and they could still be ongoing. Then John Heyman had a tweet later that day that said that he does not think that the Yankees were saying that Luis Arraez is not a fit. So it's all rumor time now. Could be any type of move could happen at any time. A lot of times it's not the one that you're hearing about, but the big rumor this week was Luis Arraez on the move. He still could be on the move, but we'll find out. And Yankees still need to add a bat here. As we were talking, the Yankees still need to add a bat, maybe bat or two, but definitely need to add one more bat to the mix. And like you said, still no left-handed reliever on the 40-man roster. And just Roki Sasaki sweepstakes will be coming soon. They definitely, on the 15th through the 23rd. That is the international signing period. Now, the interesting case with Roki, now Roki Sasaki, the 23-year-old, when you're signing in that international signing period when you're a free agent who hasn't played 6 years of professional baseball, that's basically recognized by Major League Baseball. But he's coming from the Nippon Baseball League, the Chivalot Marines in the Nippon Baseball League, and he just hasn't played 6 years professionally. So he he's under 25, hasn't played six years of pro ball. So during the 15th and 23rd, that international signing period, any team could try to sign the player, and in this case it's the pitching phenom from Japan, Roki Sasaki, and he's pretty much only going to make around, and I say only going to make around, but for contract figures, probably no more than 7 million dollars, just because of the ramifications of the contracts that they can't make more than that. It's very similar to when Shohei Ohtani first came over. But if he's not signed between the 15th and the 23rd, he gets returned back to his team in the Nippon Baseball League. There's been 7 teams that his agent Joel Wolf came out and said we're linked to. The Mets were the first of the 7 to have the interviews with Roki, and there was no current players at his request, no current players from all these teams involved in the meetings. They were out in LA, and now he's back. His agent Joel Wolf said he's back in Japan, mulling over his decision with his family. So between the 15th and 23rd, definitely keep an eye out for that. The seven teams that he meetings with has had his meetings with were the Mets, the Yankees, the Dodgers, the Cubs, Giants, Rangers, Padres, and now most recently the saying a mystery team. A mystery team is involved now. Seattle, Boston, Philly, and Toronto were all previously mentioned as teams that would be in the race to sign Roki Sasaki when he was first posted, but there was never any reports of those clubs, and that's Seattle, Boston, Philly, and Toronto, even meeting with him. And it's this mystery team here. We'll see now a lot of speculation, a lot of there's I saw there was a post that said a lot of the people in the baseball business world think that he's going to land somewhere on the West Coast, most likely like the Dodgers. It could be the Padres, but Joel Wolf, his agent, was saying that small market, big market's not going to scare him away. He wants to join a team that has, a pitching program that's known for developing pitches. And, Mets, Yankees, Dodgers, Cubs, Giants, Rangers, and San Diego Padres all in the mix. And Brian Hoke, some of you might have gotten an alert earlier just saying he was on SNY on one of their baseball shows, and he was saying how the Yankees are definitely a possibility for Roki Sasaki. So we will see. I mean, that would be some add to the strong starting rotation for the Yankees. It would just one thing though, I'm just speculating, just thinking how we all know Garrett Cole is very regimented and he likes to stay on his regiment. And in Japan, they don't pitch on the typical 5-day rotation. They pitch on days. It's based off of days of the week. And the ace usually goes, like on a Friday. And so it's very different, very different. There's an off day throughout the week, and always an off day. So a lot of times guys are pitching, sometimes 6, could even work out to 7 days rest. It's once a week. So a little different. So would the Yankees use what like a hybrid 6-man rotation? It's just thinking hypothetically, and how would they work that into Garrett Cole staying on schedule? Because we're of the mindset over here that Garrett Cole's gonna bounce back big time and go after that second Cy Young award. I think he's going to unload the tank. There's no other way. and we go as Garrett goes, and adding Max Fried, Carlos Rodon most likely is going to have an even better year than last. Hopefully, he can just work on limiting the home runs. There was a little bit too much home runs from Los last year, but all in all, it was a wonderful, wonderful season. Great bounce back, but we're looking for an even better bounce back year. We're going to add on to that bounce back from Carlos. It's going to be a real. I mean, on paper, you look at this Yankees pitching rotation here. It's Garrett Cole, Max Fried, Carlos Rodon, Rookie of the Year, Luis Heel, the king of the heel, and Clark Schmidt. Clark Schmidt, I mean, he had his injury woes last year, but he was a pitcher with an ERA under 3 last year, and he's only getting better. And Yankees still have Marcus Stroman. Marcus Stroman is still on the roster now. We were talking about how he could be on the move. That's been the rumor for a while. But let's talk about Stroh for what he is, and that's a consistent pitcher. You know what you're going to get from Marcus Stroman, but he always makes his starts, and you know what you're going to get from him. So that's a reliable big league pitcher. He's a ground ball pitcher. If you put the right defense behind him, which the Yankees are saying that they're trying to do, improve from the defense last year, it could be a different story. But 18 million reasons why that could not be the case. So we'll find out about that. But Roki Sasaki, according, as Brian Hoke said, Roki Sasaki is definitely in play for the Yankees. And I honestly, if you ask me, I don't know you know, anything about um, what team Sasaki wants to go to. We all know the same information. If I had to make an educated guess, I would say, and I'll say the Yankees first. Yankees and Padres. It's between the Yankees with the San Diego Padres. So we'll see. And just interested in that mystery team. But we will find out. We will find out in about a week or so. So as Roki's agent Joe Wolf said, um, 15th through the 23rd, that international signing period, we will find out where Roki Sasaki's services will be headed for the 2025 season. And I just wanted to touch base, just because if you follow me, and as you should be following me on Instagram, TikTok. I'm now on X, formerly known as Twitter, but Instagram is definitely Instagram where I'm my most active. Post to my story a lot there. On TikTok, all the videos go up on there, and even Facebook. If you're on Facebook, you can catch me on there. Most of my all the videos get posted on there, and some of the story that it lets it carry over. But Instagram is the main hub. If you're not following me, I don't know what you're doing. Go ahead and follow me already. And we'll go along with the ride in the off season. I'm excited. I'm excited because we started right before spring training. When I started doing this is going into second season, second season of the page here of the account, and just of the podcast. So we're gonna be trying to be a lot more active in the podcast realm of all this. When the season starts, going to be a little bit different than there'll still be reaction videos, but I'm not going to do every game. Be more of a podcast. We're striving for every series, but we're jumping ahead. Just wanted to touch on what we're going to be seeing with the off season here. I'm just like I was saying, I'm excited to go through the off season with you guys. First off season that we're going to be doing this. So hopefully the Yankees making some more moves as of right now. Yeah, we lost Juan Soto, but I think all in all, the team's shaping up pretty good. More definitely more athletic team and better defensively than last year. You can't really replace Juan Soto, but you can replace Juan Soto in the aggregate like that, like we're doing now, like the Yankees are doing now, and I'm thinking it's pretty shaping up to be pretty damn good. Just like before I got off topic, just to touch base, you saw my videos on Instagram and TikTok about the New York Football Giants 3-14 season. It's not we're not a football page, we're a Yankee, definitely a Yankee page and Yankee account, but I am a diehard New York Football Giant fan. And the despicable season, I like to come on, discuss the Giant games. I know, some of you guys are football fans and Giant fans like myself, but it's hard times to be a Giant fan right now. 3-14, 100th season, the worst season in franchise history, and it's just I saw, just a quick water break here. I saw a disturbing, to me, a disturbing stat. It was the 50th season. The Giants finished, and it was last place. They earned the number one overall pick. And as bad as it was this year, they didn't beat any division, no division rivals, division opponents. No wins in Division 3-14. It was the worst season pretty much in franchise history, and they get the third overall pick because they win, as some fans say, meaningless game. You heard Mr. Maris' comments, no tanking, but you know, as the New York Yankee Papa says, it's the worst he's ever seen in his life, and his birthday's coming up. So the Giants are just in a bad state right now. Hang in there, guys. It's those some of you guys that are Giant fans who weren't old enough for the Super Bowls, the Eli Manning Super Bowls. Hang in there because there's nothing like winning those and just even getting there. Football is a different animal. With the Yankees spoiled us in the '90s, but realistically, I mean, in my life, I've experienced 5 Super Bowls, and the Giants are 4 out of 5 in those, so that's not too bad. Really, not much to complain about, but it's just a hard, hard product and team to support right now. It's not good, and Coach Brian Dable and GM Joe Shane will be coming back, so you know, just doesn't bode well for a majority of the fans, but that's the New York Giants for you. And hopefully you can get hopefully they can right the ship. They'll be coming back for one more year. They've been with the team for 3 into the 4th, so let's see what happens. But any Yankee news that's out there, I'll definitely let you guys know. Keep an eye out. I'm excited. We should all be excited where Roki Sasaki's going. We'll find out soon. Every day you're waking up, Yankees are linked to someone. Just maybe, we'll see which one will be coming to the Bronx. And when we find out, I'll let you guys know. Have a great night. Have a great night, everybody. God bless. And as always, go Yankees. I'll talk to you.